Hi there folks, so as promised, just because I've not been able to go to a few of the brand execs and all the Toms this period, I've done a quick video just to take through the central cascade. As always, if there's any questions or queries, the contact numbers are on the pack, or you can just give me a call direct if you can't get the right assistance. So a quick run through of the top line: Christmas update, reputation.com, my M&B property system, electronic leisure training and due diligence, and brand outlook calendars for you guys, but there is a separate video for that as well. So there's the agenda, just a steer for district meetings. Obviously you can add in the time required for your marketing cascade and any other additional HR cascade, district scorecard, district finance, and anything else you need to go through with your teams. And then just a quick overview of what's happening in the next 3 periods and any go live periods. So 6 weeks for appraisals as confirmed before, and the M&B property go live is in P2 week 2. We've got reputation.com go live, which is a simple system, and it's going live in all bar 1 in week 2 of period 2, and the rest of the company, if all being well, in week 3. And then we're trying to keep it as clear as possible through the Christmas trading period, and then we go into some upgrades for several systems in the new year, but we'll be detailing more on that in the next cascade in the P3 meetings. So first up then is the Christmas update. The real key bits here are for this week, so just completing the food pre-orders for the key dates in SharePoint. That's in the shop on SharePoint. The email went out to all sites last Thursday, and that should be, like I say, completed by the end of this week. There will be an add to opportunity for your key dates, but that won't be until November. So if there is any real need, if you've taken more bookings than you're expecting, then you can add to those orders. And then for you folks, confirm hours with the with your RBM, and then RBM to enter into the SharePoint file on MabApps, and that's to be completed by the end of October. And then the other key thing for trading hours and PPS is to complete that annual update just on your opening hours over Christmas. That needs to also be done by the end of October. And then there will be some changes to key order days, as there is every year, just because of the way Christmas falls. But they will be communicated to the sites specifically affected, not everyone, and that will come in the coming weeks. So you've had this slide before, but I've just added this again so you can just see all of the key dates running up to Christmas, so when the stock builds are, when the add to orders are, any other specific information that you might need to know. So moving on to electronic leisure training and due diligence. So you may or may not be aware that the electronic leisure team has recently been disbanded, and it's now down to one person, Dawn Clark, who's the head of electronic leisure. You can see at the bottom. And it also has become evident that our due diligence is lacking in this area, and we need to do a quick piece of training just to make sure that we are really clear with our teams what the expectation is and their legal obligations in terms of managing machines effectively. So it's very much like the server of alcohol form this, and the teams will be getting a simple brief through MabApps, and it will just be for them to read to each team member to clarify exactly what their responsibilities are with the gaming machines and selling of tobacco. So this will just be a short-term measure so that we're covered for the meantime, and then in the new year this will be added to the server of alcohol form, so when we do key updates on legal working, that will be included going forward. This is only for specific brands that do have machines or do sell cigarettes, so it will only go to sites that it's relevant to, and that will be happening on P2 week 1. We'll communicate the completion of that also, and we'll do that on Monday P2 week 3, just so you know who has and hasn't signed off those tasks. So if you could be on top of that, that would be fantastic. And so for you guys, that will just be for Nicholson's and Castle. So reputation.com, I've personally used this system. I think it is fantastic. I think GMs in particular will love this, and for a overview for RBMs, a really good view of basically your online reputation as a business. So have you ever thought it would be amazing if you could see and respond to all social media in one place? Reputation.com does exactly that. All of the social media content for your business is captured in one place. So Facebook, TripAdvisor, Google Reviews, Twitter is all funneled together into one system, which is reputation.com. So we're going, as I said slightly earlier, in P2 week 2 for all bar 1 with this new system, P2 week 3 for the rest of the business. And so what this does is brings together all of the feedback into one place and gives you an overall reputation score. But the real thing for GMs is they can, on one dashboard, respond to all of the responses that come through all of those different channels. And obviously from an RBM point of view, you can see all of that feedback in one page for one business. So the dashboard is accessible via the internet on the back office PC or any other device, and including mobile app for iOS and Android. And I know a lot of you guys have got Windows phones, but it's been optimized for Windows phones. There isn't a specific app. Your logon details will be received directly on email, and there'll be additional information on Mab Apps over the coming weeks to help the GMs in particular understand how to use the system. But I've used it, and I can promise you it's pretty straightforward. And then on the last page of this section, we've added some helpful guidelines for responding to reviews and social content. And that's pretty much been driven by the business as to what our expectation would be of response rates and timings. So just a quick overview of what the dashboard does. So the dashboard, it groups together the top line information and scores from your site. And the reviews, this is where the action happens. This is where your reviews are pulled in and you can respond to them. Social comments and articles referencing your businesses are pulled into this section. And then reports, so this is where you can do a deeper dive into the information and create reports for individual businesses. And then reputation score is your total online presence mashed into one overall score, and that is explained in detail on the site. So it brings in star average, review volume, review recency, review length, review spread, search impression, listing accuracy, and it gives you a market benching against your market segment and your locality as well. So it gives you a total online reputation score, and the dashboard does explain exactly where these scores come from and how they're made up. And then, as I said, the social guidelines set by the business. So for Facebook reviews is to respond to all negative or neutral reviews and respond to all positive reviews. For Facebook posts is to like all positive posts and respond to all negative posts. And in an ideal world, you move negative conversations offline to email, phone, direct message, and then respond to all direct messages. So if set up for your Facebook page, direct message must be handled within actual Facebook. And then Twitter, and this is only relevant for some brands, please like all positive tweets and respond to all negative tweets and respond to all direct messages. And then TripAdvisor guidelines is respond to all negative or neutral reviews, respond to all positive reviews, and aim to respond to reviews as soon as you're able to, within 48 hours. And obviously we don't want people glued to their computers all of the time waiting for any social content to come through. But we're just keen that everyone understands that the guest expectations of something that goes onto Facebook is, a pretty quick response. So we just have to manage expectations in that area. Claire Fairclough looks after this, the guest experience manager. You can drop her an email if you've got any questions. But like I said, there will be some teaser videos and some more detail coming through on Mab Apps and direct to RBMs, OMs and ODs. And then My M&B property, there is a video here, so when you're in the slideshow you can just click on the moving property maintenance forward, and that's a very quick 1-minute video, just explains exactly what's going to happen. But essentially the current Maximo system is going to be no more, and it will move over to My M&B property maintenance. And what it will basically do is take away the need for paper. So it will be digital sign-off for all jobs. You'll still phone in your jobs to the contractor directly, and that may well change in the new year to go online as well. But that's not in the plan currently. And then you'll be able to track those calls online. So from the minute they're placed, the minute they're entered onto the system, be able to track those calls and be able to see the history of calls as well. It'll also mean you go to this system for your other key information, so your certificates, etc. And again, that will be made clear through a task in MabApps. If the site PC isn't very quick and you can't watch videos very easily, there is a QR code there, so you can have a look at that on a personal device just by scanning that in. So the new system goes live in P2 week 2. This isn't a major change. It might be different, but it's not a major change in terms of a real concern for not being able to get jobs done. Like I said, they'll still get called through in the same way. And please do watch that video. It's only a minute long, and it does just give a really good overview of the main changes. So please view the heads up video, RBM, GMs and management teams, and then MabApps task with the system user guide will be coming along from the week beginning 24th of October, and then MyMB property will go live the week afterwards. And you've got key contacts there as well through the property team. Brand Outlook calendars. So we've set these brand Outlook calendars up. I've done a separate video which you'll see the link to on the email I've sent to you guys. Essentially, this is completely for your use and completely to aid you in being able to see what activity is on at any particular time within the brand or within the business. So we'll have central activity on there like appraisals or safety weeks, and we'll also have key brand activity and any marketing activity, campaigns, etc. And the beauty of this is you can view this alongside your own personal calendar. You don't have to have all of the dates within your own calendar, but you can drag and drop it over to your own calendar if you like. And so I can imagine you using this on a Monday when you're having calls with your GMs to talk about the sales and labour for that week, also having a look at the key activity that's on, and also just to have a handy reminder for you as well. So this is currently only for RBMs. It won't be for managers at the moment, just because the compatibility isn't there with the Outlook calendars. But certainly if it works and it's something that you guys like, then we can look at developing that going forward. So I will be updating all of the central information and brand information I've got from the brand teams into the calendars this week. So it'll all be live from period 2, and will be there for you to use. You can also, if you decide as a team that you're going to keep your holiday dates in there as an RBM team, fantastic. If you want to put your weekend trade dates in there, anything else you would like to keep in there that would be helpful for the rest of the team to know, fantastic. If you'd like to add a date in there, if you're arranging a meeting with someone else, then please feel free to send an invitation to it, and I'll accept the invitation from that calendar. Like I say, please watch the other video I've put together. It's only about a minute long, and it just explains exactly what you need to do. And that's it for the central cascade. There is a little bit of HR cascade, so mainly about AMs now moving on to STAR. So from period 2, assistant managers will need to have their inductions fully completed in STAR, so that's newly available. And there's a reminder on team leader workbooks, so please have a look through those, but your talent training partners will be best to support you with the information on these. And then some PeopleNet housekeeping and ways of working. There's been some real issues of late with borrowed employees, so we mispay about 100 borrowed employees every period, and this is usually because they've been deleted by their home business. So when completing time cards, it's really important that the home business doesn't delete the hours out from other bunds. And so if managers can please bear this in mind and make sure they don't do that, don't delete out borrowed employees, that'd be fantastic going forward. And then a plea from Danny Whitbread: if anyone isn't on the Facebook user support forum for PeopleNet, then please feel free to. You can either go on and search for it, or you can use the QR code at the bottom and that will join you up. Just really useful information, tips, and if there's any emergency comms or anything like that, they'll usually copy that onto Facebook as well, so people have got it at their fingertips. And we've also added this so what next. So from all of the slides we've just been through, just the key outputs, key actions for who and for when, just so it summarizes it on one slide for you. And that's it. I hope that's been helpful. Any feedback, give me a shout. Please drop me an email, give me a call, and let me know if you've got any queries. Cheers.